As far as I can go, rest assured the wind will lead me far from home. Let's sail this world, the water beneath me is so clean, is so neat, is so pristine, splashing over me. Let's sail this world, the water beneath me is so clean, is so neat, is so pristine, splashing over me. As far as I can go, as far as I can Let's sail this world, the water beneath me is so clean, is so neat, is so pristine, splashing over me. Let's sail this world, the water beneath me is so clean, is so neat, is so pristine, splashing over me.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Grind Fantasy Official Livestream Sniping Value with Matt. Hopefully everybody's having a great Tuesday. We are going to break down all of the value here across all major fantasy apps, these fixed payout platforms. They do not alter their payouts, but the sports books do. So what we're going to do is take advantage of these lines that happen to be stale, maybe haven't moved yet, and then comparing directly to these other fantasy apps. That is how you make money in the sports betting industry. And a lot of you lost money last night. I know it because there was not that many screenshots sent to me on our Twitter timeline, but that's okay because I hit 3 different correlated slips on Sunday, and one of them went 40x, the other one went 25, other one went 20. So crazy amount of units. If you guys are playing correctly, if you're playing for the long-term game, this isn't talked about enough. You guys need to play the long-term game. You need to have the mindset that nothing more than 1% of your bankroll is fine to play on these DFS apps. If that looks like $5, which I know a majority of you that looks like $5, that is completely fine. $5 turning that into 25x, 20x, 40x is going to make the difference long-term, right? There's money to be made here, even if that's only $5. That's a couple $100 every single time that you hit. If you're a $100 bettor, awesome. Like, you're looking at this literally becoming a full-time income. But you guys literally have to understand you have to play the long-term game. You cannot manage your bankroll like a moron. You can't put 10%, 25%, 100% on each individual play. If you only have $500 in your bank account, you're only supposed to play $5 per slip. It comes down, it's not talked about enough. So many people tell me, so many people play, you know, this as a one-time thing. They follow me. They get angry when one of my slips does not hit, and then they unfollow me. I know it because I lost like 50 followers after the correlated slip did not hit last night. That's not the mindset that we should have. So if you guys are brand new to this channel, welcome. We're going to teach you how to become profitable sports bettors. Okay? I promise you. I promise you if you just listen, there's a lot of different ways to become profitable sports bettors. And it starts with line comparing. It starts with correlating. It starts with observing these niche markets and possibly having some fundamental analysis behind it because there's not that much data behind some of these niche markets. All right. I'm going to teach you what I know and how to become a profitable sports betting through correlation, through line comparing is the one way that works the best for me. And if you guys want to stay tuned and stay along for that, feel free. All right. I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to do this. Also posted a correlated slip on the last video. This is what it was. If you guys actually want to tail, this actually got bumped down. The Russell Wilson pass yards got bumped down, so this looks even better. But this was a correlated slip. Took the under Patrick Mahomes. Let's talk about it. If he's not throwing an interception, what is he doing? He's going to be giving the ball off to Isaiah Pacheco. Pacheco's going to rush the ball more, which means he's probably going to find the end zone, right? Hopefully. Pacheco's been a beast. They're also 10.5-point favorites versus the Denver Broncos, right? Which means they probably will be rushing the ball more so than not. Broncos suck for anybody who lives under a rock, which means that the Denver Broncos are going to be throwing the ball a lot more. Russell Wilson's going to be in panic mode the majority of the game, hopefully, right? This not saying that's going to happen. The Broncos could easily win, right? They could. Like 10-point underdogs always win in the NFL. Not likely, but in that exact situation, if they are playing from behind, they're going to be passing the ball to dump offs like Javonte Williams. Going to be passing the ball to Mims. I believe Javonte Williams is going to play in this game. If he gets DMP, that's fine. Whatever. Courtland Sutton, over 45.5 receiving yards, right? He's going to be passing the ball to all these guys. And the benefit here is that these payout platforms do not alter their payouts. These fixed payout platforms do not alter their payouts, right? Prizepicks doesn't alter. Parlay play doesn't alter. Jock market. Which one am I missing? Underdog. Prizepicks, parlay play, jock market. They all do not alter the payouts to some extent. If I hit all unders here, they do, right? Payout shift. But that's why we talk about overs here on Prizepicks. And all of these payouts, all of the ways that these guys alter their payouts are baked into the correlation tool. I cannot stress enough. Like, you only understand if you actually purchase the product and then play each specific slip less than 1% of your bankroll and then just wait for the results to add up. And I tried to be as transparent as possible. This is not a scam. I'm not a salesman. I promise you. I come off as a salesman because I own a business. Like, the business side of things, like it just naturally comes off as salesy. But I swear to God, I swear on anything, I swear on anything, that if you just play the slips, if you just play every single slip that you possibly can, and you don't go broke in doing so, if you actually manage your bankroll, you're going to make money. Like, I swear. It's that easy. I swear. I swear the math adds up. And so I get so much hate mail. I wake up every morning. It's so draining, guys. It's so draining. I wake up every single morning to hate messages. You're fat. You don't know what you're doing. I don't know. I can think of anything. They're going at my family sometimes. They tell me to kill myself. They tell me all these things, and it's like, I swear I just show you guys how to profit. And it's only the people that tell me one night and then trust that as like, hey, that's it. If he doesn't hit, then he's not profitable. If he does, then yeah, he knows his stuff. And it's such a bad place that it's such a bad expectation to set for yourself and following these people on Twitter, because what you'll do is you'll end up going to these two-man power Prizepicks cappers, right? And chances are, like, there's like a 33.33% on average chance that person's going to hit that slip. If you follow guys like that and then you turn around and follow me, where it's only going to hit, a 6 flex or a 5 flex is only going to hit 2 to 5% of the time, like, doesn't make sense, right? You're gonna be turned away immediately as soon as it doesn't hit. Anyway, that's my sales pitch. You guys can call me a salesman or whatever. I swear to God, like, all we do is profit if you guys just trust the process. And part of that is changing your mindset. Changing your mindset, because that's the hardest part. That's the hardest thing to do throughout this whole process, is change your mindset to understand and realize that you will not profit every day. I went on a 5-day losing streak last week. The back-to-back days of Saturday and Sunday. The first day I won 3.3 thousand. The second day I won 1.4, and then yesterday I won $300. So 3 days in a row I profited. The days before that I was losing. I think I lost up to 800 one day, right? But you can't let those days define you as a sports bettor. You have to trust the process. I know I'm preaching to the choir for a lot of you, probably about half of you in here, because you guys come in here and you guys understand what the heck you're doing. But for all of you guys that don't trust the process, I've gone 25 days in a row. I have a YouTube video on this. I got 25 days in a row where I've just lost straight. Do you think I wanted to throw in the towel then? Of course I did. But I didn't, because I know that the math backs up all this. I ended up that month, which is insane. Let's now talk about value here. Breece Hall, why this is profitable. Did he get pulled off Prizepicks? Or is that just a stale line? No, he's there. Breece Hall over 59.5. Now, let's talk about this play. I'm going to pump out some slips here real quick. This play is set to 65.5 on UD. So there's a 6-yard discrepancy here. These are all changing based on the correlated slip I posted earlier. Breece Hall, yeah, 65.5. So there's a 6-yard discrepancy here. That discrepancy alone, he's going to land in the middle enough times to keep you profitable on both apps, right? So on Prizepicks, you have to hit your individual legs over a 54.21% average hit rate to remain profitable. On UD, if you're playing 3-mans, you have to hit over 55%. So it's a slight profit margin on each side here, and we're looking to land in the middle. So what I would recommend here is hitting the over on Breece Hall. You're not using the assumption of whatever app is sharper. Generally speaking, Prizepicks is. So like the better play, if you want to use that knowledge, like historically speaking, it's like decimal points better, sharper anyway. Hit the under, 65.5 on UD. We're going to try to build a Prizepicks slip here, though. I'm just going to go ahead and rifle off these plays here real quick, and then we'll talk about it after. We got some tackles. We have, voice crack. It's too early to be talking. Infinite. Over 30.5. We're in the middle of this on UD as well. So if this is set to 30.5 on Prizepicks, we're going to hit the under here. Yeah, it's set to 32. Look at that. So we're looking for a middling opportunity here on UD. And then Knicks. Knicks is going to be the last leg here. He is set to 36. Yeah, the lowest on Prizepicks, and actually a great opportunity here on UD as well. Are they correlated? So this is CS2. The Infinite guy is CS2. Next is CSGO. We have them just all CSGO right now. We will separate them. Don't worry about that. And then next, under 38. There. So go ahead and get this in on UD and on Prizepicks. We're going to go ahead and start UD because they bump their lines, historically speaking, a lot quicker. That's the first play. If you haven't used code DGF yet on Underdog, if you don't have Underdog, you're crazy. Money making over there has been insane. I hit a correlated slip this past weekend on UD and Prizepicks. I almost hit 2 on UD this past weekend. And that play of Infinite just got removed. So the live stream hit that. Congrats. So let's go ahead and try to get this play, the slip end here on Prizepicks first. And we'll come back to UD, try to get an extra leg there. I'm also showing you guys my process. I swear this is my exact process. I just bounce between the apps, find the value, hit it, and move on. That's what she said. Over, all overs. Gotta love that. And the reason why I don't do this on the screen is because I like to give you guys time, because if I had hit this on the screen on UD, this would have been removed, like instantly. I try to give you guys time to enter the slip. I swear that's the reason. Let's switch over to UD real quick, because we're looking for an extra leg. Obviously, UD just removed one of ours. Let's go with this guy, Julian. Yeah, over 7. And I'm going to explain that play here in a second. I think I already hit this last night. I'll hit it again. That's fine. I just hit it, so hopefully they don't get removed instantly. Yeah, they did. Next. All right. Well, I gave you guys plenty of time to do that too. So I just hit that. So the reason why this gets removed, this projection gets removed, is because they flagged my account. Not because I'm like the best sports bet or anything, but because I am profitable on this app. And they usually tag any account that is profitable. And anytime they hit a bet, they consider that shaping their lines. And that means that to them, if this sports bettor is making money off of us, then we should probably listen to the sports bets that they're making, and we should adjust our projections based on the direction that that person's hitting. So as you can see here, I hit the under there. This is either going to come back up on, if I hit the under 30, it's going to come back up, or is it 32? It was 38. So this is either going to come back, a couple kills lower, might not come back at all. They usually readjust their projections, and that's usually how these guys shape their lines. And when we refer to millions of dollars being poured into these fantasy apps, we're not just talking about the opening lines, right? We're talking about after these lines are set, how much money is coming in on one side or the other. So when the market has these inefficiencies, like we're looking at here using the DFS optimizer, we're noticing that the market has inefficiencies, and it needs to adjust one way or the other, whether that be Infinite up on Prizepicks, down on Underdog, whether Pacheco needs to be adjusted, another rushing attempt, because you can see the entire market here set to 15.5, some 16. Looks like it's still off on Prizepicks. You guys get the point here. And what we're doing here is scanning the entire market. So Breece Hall, opening lines are only being set on fantasy apps. Two sharp, very sharp fantasy apps set their projection to 65.5 and 59.5. So where's that thing going to land? And we're not using the assumption that, hey, we're trusting underdog more or Prizepicks more. We know that there's an inefficiency in the market, and if there's an opportunity, a large enough opportunity where we can hit the middle, then we're going to do that, which is why we're hitting the over on Prizepicks, hitting the under on underdog, because we don't care about fundamental analysis. We don't care that the Jets are playing. Like, I didn't even look at who they're playing. Philly, fantastic defense, right? So the sportsbooks know this, and they adjust their median projections lower on Breece Hall with any other given information. And just like using the eye test, 59.5 and 65.5 for a starting running back looks incredibly low. It's about where he should be, right? Like, he should be somewhere in the middle, according to these two apps, which is why we're hitting the middle here. UD has a boost. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. By the way, Prizepicks, UD are running a ton of promos right now. I believe UD has a promo. You guys told me there was a promo. Yeah. So here's a problem. You guys were telling me that there was a promo. I think this was on Saturday. I didn't have it. I don't know if it's because I've been railing underdog lately, or it's just because I'm maybe partnered with them. I don't know why they're not offering me these promos, but from what I understand, there's a boosted payout, right? On UD, are you guys getting boosted payouts? Parlay play free square for NHL just posted. All right, we'll go over the parlay play as well. Also noteworthy is that Prizepicks has Taco Tuesday. For anybody who doesn't know what Taco Tuesday is, they discount specific player props, 3 player props on average throughout the day, and they allow you to put up to $20 to $25 on each slip that has that projection discount. So we will observe the Prizepicks Taco once it is posted. I'm also going live with Dustin. You guys should know Dustin by now, also on our channel. We're going to go live and scope through some Prizepicks value. Yes, I have Corey Seager under 1.5 total. Yeah, I haven't been getting. So if I search Seager, will it pop up? Guys, I haven't been getting it. I haven't been getting these payouts. It's awkward. Well, if that shows you anything, it shows you that, well, here, how about this? I'll pretend I don't have, or I'll pretend that I have the boost, and I'll find the promo. Is it the normal boosted payout structure? Is it 2x to pay out, or is it 2 legs to pay out 4x? That's the first question. I'm going to assume that it is, and it's total bases, correct? We'll go ahead and shift over to that promo. But if I was playing this, and Corey Seager's also another play here. Yes, okay. So what we're going to do to show you guys how I treat these promos, we're looking at Seager's total bases. His total baseline is slightly favoring the under, right? So this juice, if you guys don't know what juice is, it is the price you pay on these dynamic payout sports books for each projection. So if I were to take the under of Corey Seager under 1.5 total bases, they would be punishing me more if I were to take this. So I would be turning, if I put down $100, I'd only be turning this into like $80, $80, $85 in terms of a payout on top of my buy-in. So I'd only be getting $180 back, right? It's not a 50-50 shot, or 50-50 payout rather. But if I were to take the over, again, implying this natural juice into it, I'd only be getting about $90, $95 in return. I wouldn't be getting exactly $100 if I put this in, hitting the over 1.5 total bases, right? So knowing that knowledge, knowing that the sports books are juicing the under, that means that the sharp money, all these sharp bettors are hitting the under at 1.5. I'm also not taking into consideration what the opening line was, but you guys get the point. The chances are that Corey Seager is going to go under 1.5, at least slightly more than his over, based on the juice lines. And we take out the juice and then find that true percent odds hit. So based on the market knowledge, this should go under 51.07% of the time. I know it's barely above 50%, but why would you play the over here at 48.9% when you can play the under and slightly get that edge, 51.07%? So if this was my promo, this is not my promo, right? I don't have the promo, but if you compare 2 legs together and get 4x, you're looking at implied odds of plus 100 per leg, which is insane. It's like it's a great promo. You can only bet up to $10. The other leg that I'd be pairing with this, ironically, the next play is under fantasy score for Corey Seager. Breece Hall, if you haven't used him. Steal, if you have used Breece Hall. Steal under 3.5 map 1 to 2 kills would be my next best play here. And the reason that we're going with that is because Steal is set to 2.5 on Hot Streak. So again, we're taking two platforms, the only platforms that we have. We only have 2 price points. And we're saying, hey, Sharp Sports Betting app setting it to 2.5. Sharp Sports Betting app setting this to 3.5. Guess where the most accurate projection is? It's at 3. It's in the middle. So we're going to trust the middle as the most accurate projection here until these lines move. So that's what I would be playing for this promo. I'm aware I don't have the promo. Also, Baltimore behind in this matchup versus Texas. They're down 2-0 or 0-2, I believe. Not good for us Orioles fans. Not good. So this would be the promo slip. Two legs to pay out 4x, so $40. It's a really good promo. I don't think there's much left on Prizepicks until that taco comes out. Let's switch over to some of these other fantasy apps. Underdog has a ton of value, so let's go ahead and just go right back to Underdog. Let's start out with Steal. Under 3.5, as you can see here. Just talked about that middling opportunity. And then Nuke. I think that's his name. Nuke, right? I think that's how you pronounce his name. Nuke under 10? Yeah, under 10. I took the over 8.5 on Hot Streak. Yeah, it's now moved to 9.5, which is insane. I got this at 8.5 on Hot Streak last night. And then Max Kepler. Over 7 fantasy score would be my next slip. I'm going to personally enter this, obviously without the promo. I think Worlds start tomorrow. Yeah, this is for technically tomorrow at 3 and 6 a.m. So for any nerds out there, the only reason I know is because I was wondering why there wasn't League of Legends plays popping up. I'm going to give you guys a second to enter this. I'm going to go ahead and put in Max Kepler over fantasy score. Going once, going twice. Hopefully this doesn't get bumped in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Nuke got removed. Nuke got removed. You guys took it before I did. Okay. Let's go back up the line here. Let's say Corey Seager under 10. Duh. Let's go Seager under 10. Screw that guy. Yeah. So I got Steal under 3.5, Max Kepler over 7, and then Corey Seager under 10 fantasy scores. Steal hasn't been removed yet, which is great. So if you guys are able to take advantage of that, awesome. If not, that sucks. If you haven't signed up for Underdog, I don't know why you wouldn't at this point. I think new depositors get a 100% match up to $500, which is like the best promo in the industry right now. Freaking nuts. You guys need to do that right now. Let's switch over to ooh, we found some good plays here. Let's switch over to the middling tool. And a lot of people don't understand the difference between the middling tool and the optimizer. I'm going to break it down real quick. The middling tool on our website is used for the sole purpose of middling. Surprise. You need to be middling between Prizepicks and Vivid Picks per this recommendation. We're showing the largest discrepancies here, right? But you can also take it a step further and just compare the projections, right? Prizepicks is set to 5. Underdog is set to 5.5. Hot Streak is set to 5.5. And then Vivid Picks is set to 6. Per logic, per a logical explanation, where do you think the most accurate projection should be? 5.5, right? Take the mean, take the median. Doesn't matter what you take. It's 5.5, right? So based on that info, Prizepicks is too low. VividPicks is too high. So I'm completely fine with taking Artemis over 5 in this scenario because I'm using that market knowledge, right? 5.5, 5.5, 6, 5. We have 4 different price points. And then here, the exact opposite can be said, right? We have Kelsey Plum set to 4 on Prizepicks, 4 on Underdog, and then on Hot Streak set to 3.5. Which one do you think is the least accurate projection? Hot Streak. I would hit this on Hot Streak. I'd feel comfortable in doing so hitting on Hot Streak. Ooh, Braden Bennett. Under rushing yards, we have an 8-yard discrepancy here. I'm going to switch over to college football. If you guys can play it, that's a great opportunity. Where is it? Did they remove college football? Is that a thing? That's been a thing in the past. Uh-oh. Did they really? Did they really just remove it unless I'm blind? I will say the one thing I don't like about Prizepicks is the fact that you can't search by all sports. That's the one thing I hate about it because on Underdog you can do it, on Hot Streak, on all these other apps you can search by the player's name. So let's uncheck college football. If that's the case. I've seen them remove entire sports before, which is freaking crazy. But, all right, Artemis. Kelsey Plum, no. I'm just going to scan through the market here. Jackie Young, no. Patrick Quinn, we already took. Nuke, we already took. Bean J, no. Cream Jackson. So another thing to do here is when we compare just fantasy apps, it's also good to take it a step further and compare against the books. Like, do we have market knowledge on Cream Jackson on the books? Or is this just a fantasy app specific? Cream Jackson does have market support on the books, and they're favoring the under at 6.5 pretty heavily. So this is kind of all over the place here. I would not be comfortable taking Cream Jackson in that scenario. Does that make sense? Brees already took. Sparta, we are not taking. Glory, nope. Pacheco, rushing attempts, we talked about. Let's do this. Let's take the under rushing attempts and try to middle this on Underdog. Oh shoot, did I get rid of my first play? Artemis? Artemis over, Pacheco. See, this is why I hate this. Under 16.5 rushing attempts. Shio, no. BRN, no. Ooh, this is a bad line on Underdog. All right, let's switch gears here because we have some good value on Underdog. We have Pacheco. We have BRN. Is that under, right? Yeah, under. Let's switch gears here to Underdog again. There's just not too much value here on Prizepicks. Glory. Over. Sure. Sure. There it is. Another slip on UD. Do you guys see how I constructed that slip? I can walk through it if you guys need me to. Going once. Going twice. Submitted. Boom. All right. Nothing removed instantly. That's good. What about Glory plus Artemis? Glory plus Artemis. So let's take a look. That's the question in the chat. So, Glory. All right, so here's the thing. Glory is favored for the under on Prizepicks per the middle link tool, as you can see here, set a little bit higher. For correlation in League of Legends, you guys need to have same team overs, opposing team unders. That's how you need to play it. Or same team unders, opposing team overs. Whereas in CSGO, it's either side overs or either side unders. It's like the entire game overs or entire game unders. So it's slightly different in that regard. On Underdog, we can't pair Glory with another player on this team. Underdog limits you to 1 player per team. On Prizepicks, I believe you can play up to 4 players from a matchup, 2 players per team. And yes, this will be put onto the correlation tool once we're done. We're not quite done yet. We want to perfect the process before we release it because we want to give you guys the most profitable edge for correlation. So yeah, Underdog looks like it's running dry right now. Prizepicks, we ran dry. Let's move on to Parlay play, and let's talk about the elephant in the room. They adjusted their payouts. I believe we adjusted their payout structure. Yeah, we did. Yep. So the optimal payout for Parlay play now is a 6-pick non-insured. It pays out 40x. The 6-man insured slip was slightly better, but now it's adjusted to reflect that of Prizepicks'. Before, 5 out of 6 was paying out 2.5x, and the 4 out of 6 was paying 0.5x, opposed to Prizepicks' where they're paying out 2x for 5 out of 6, and 0.4x for 4 out of 6. I said that right. So this kind of sucks, as you guys can see why. Because for 6-pick non-insured, we're looking for what? I think it's like 54% plus. And usually there's a ton of value on Parlay play. And as you can see here, it really hurts our value that we once had. So yeah, I'm a little bummed. If you want to sign up for Parlay play, I would highly recommend using just correlation right now because as you can see here, the value now dries up and it dries up pretty drastically, which sucks. It does. It sucks. I'm going to say it. Like, I love Parlay play. For the longest time, they've been offering these very soft lines, but now that the value has been drying up here with this changed payout structure, it sucks. Matt, I think they were talking about the Glory combo square. What do you mean, Sano? Oh. Wait a second. I didn't know that they had combo props. That's weird. So why would they not allow 2 players from the same team here, but the combo prop is literally 2 players? So imagine you find a really soft combo prop, one way or the other, or an aggressive combo prop, and you can compare against the market. We'll have to get the engineering team on that. That is pretty wicked, because if we can find the combo prop chance to hit, that's already correlated, right? That's already correlated here. That's pretty... I didn't know that was a thing. How long has that been a thing? How long has it been a thing? So if I go to esports, do they have that for just League of Legends? Or is that CSGO too? Or CS2 or whatever the heck they're calling it. Yeah, it looks like it's just League of Legends right now. Are they just doing that for Worlds? Is the other question? Because I don't want to invest too much time and effort if they're just doing it for Worlds. That's pretty cool. I'm going to keep that in mind. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Let's go jock market real quick. Yeah, I mean, guys, we sniped the value. I mean, there's not too much on jock market as well. Jock market also just released a new payout structure. So let's break that down real quick. their 6-man insured plays pay out the exact same as Prizepicks, so it's 25 for 6 out of 6, 2x for 5 out of 6, and then 4 out of 6.4x. So their implied odds are minus 118, and in terms of a percent odds to hit, that is going to be 54.2-ish. Yeah. And then for 6-man non-insured, they're paying out the exact same. They're paying out 40x. So that's essentially the same. So Jock Market's weird. Now with their adjusted payouts, their optimals are still 5-pick insureds and 3-pick non-insured. So even though they added the 6-pick insured, like technically the 6-pick non-insured slip is like decimal points the best. But like all these are so like slightly different that I still prefer the 3-pick non-insured. Anyway, they give us a lot more options, and this is actually beneficial for the correlation tool because the 6-man non-insured, we now have a lot more correlated slips to offer. A lot more of a lot better of an edge. So that's the benefit there. But yeah, I mean, like huge W for Jock Market for releasing more options for everybody. Huge. There's always value on Fliff, right? It's wild. Anybody want to be anybody want to take this? Anybody have balls to take this? Under 36.5 total points in the game. As you can see here, the entire market setting this to plus 340. So overall 20.56% chance to hit, but Fliff, I mean, they're way out there. It's a fantastic play. I'm going to play it. But yeah, I mean, usually what you see here with total points when an entire market sets it accordingly, Fliff is off on that entire total points market. It's not just one specific play, which is really cool to see. Fliff, man, easiest app to play. And yes, it is real money. It is real money. I mean, guys, I hate to say it, but I think that's it. We have a free square, right, on Parlay Play, so we can use that. Oh, yeah, that literally is a free square. Okay. So, am I allowed to use my promo funds on the free square? Because I got my stupid promo funds. So for Parlay Play, man, this is going to be such a hard problem to solve because I don't... Like 6-man non-insureds, I'd rather just play correlation slips. That's what I'm battling with internally. Like, should I just not play using line comparing? Let's take a look at their other slip types here. So, like, should I just keep playing 6-pick non-insured and just looking for like 54 plus, but then we don't have any plays? I'm just going to say it. I kind of want to just play this in a 2-man power, dude. Like, all right, well, I'm going to play it as if I'm just going to play like a 6-man non-insured here, just like because that's what you're supposed to do. But like, what my true, this is a really good strategy. What my true strategy would be here, what's the max? I'm assuming the max is like 20 bucks or something. What I would do, all right, I'm just going to do it. How many of you guys are in here? Let's do this. I would do a 7-man non-insured here. And I would play this free square with it if you're able to do that. So let's look at the Thursday Night Football matchup correlated slip because I've already given away the UD and Prizepicks. Let's take a look at what this, if they even have it. Yeah, this is the best correlated slip. This is the slip I would pair with that, and then I would throw on that free square for a 7-man non-insured. That's how I would play this, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? That's what I would do. This is the slip I would play. So here, they're favoring the Broncos being out more. They're favoring the Broncos being in a closer matchup here with the Chiefs. So they're saying, hey, Russell Wilson is going to be very conservative here because they're doing very well. Not going to be passing the ball too much, right? So the exact opposite of the game script I recommended in the Prizepicks UD slip on my YouTube video. And he's not going to be throwing the ball as much. He's going to be relying on the rushing game. And that's completely fine. Like, this could be a really close game, and they might not have to rely on the passing as much as they normally would because these lines are being set on the game lines, right? So all this is saying is that this game should be closer than not, and you're hoping that that's going to happen. Patrick Mahomes is going to be forcing the ball a lot more. This is heavily correlated. That being said, this is the way I would approach this. I would play this with that correlated slip. That's the way I would do this. I mean, you're getting a free leg here, and then you have the potential to go 7 of 7. Also, I would wait closer to game time because it looks like there's a lack of props in general. On UD, there was like no props available for the Thursday night football game. They hadn't dropped yet. There was like only, interceptions, I think, for Mahomes and like oh, I'm selecting on esports. Now they have passing yards. So they only had interceptions when I was doing my video. All right. I'm going to reserve the rest of the time here for questions. If you guys have questions, feel free to spam them in the chat. I'm always here to educate. We have like 5 minutes left in the live stream, so I'm just going to scroll down here. No questions. No questions. Literally just chatting. What are the optimal number of picks for each app? That's a great question. So keep in mind, each one of these DFS apps, they have different payouts, right, for each platform. So let's talk about it now with the updated odds. For Prizepicks, it's 5-man insured, 6-man insured. They're literally almost identical, right? For Underdog, it is 3-man non-insured or 5-man insured. Their 4-man insured are actually just as good as 3-man non-insured in terms of the payouts. And if you can find 2 correlated esports plays, 2 and 2, right? Because they only allow you to do 1 from each side. I usually throw that into a 4-man insured. That makes sense. Parlay play, it is now 6-man non-insured. Jock market, it's 3-man non-insured and 5-man insured. So that hasn't changed. Hot streak, 2-man because they're dynamic. Boom, we're not even gonna go there. Sleeper, dynamic. Vivid picks, 4-man insured or 5-man insured. They're the exact same. Vivid picks is interesting, man. I want them to. I wish they had more value, man, because their payouts are pretty good. Their payouts are pretty competitive, and they actually have a lot of good promos. Anyway, hopefully that answers your question. Will NBA and NHL be added to the correlation tool? Yeah, that's the most. That's the question I get asked the most. Yes, of course. Very soon. Any hockey plays for today? Hockey plays have not been fruitful for value. I have a bug here. There's no NHL plays for today. I believe there's only... How many games are there? There's only 1, right? Yeah. Or not 1. There's like a handful of games, right? These are all the props right here on the board, that is. And there's just not too many plays. Last season, we saw a ton of NHL value, so don't, let this be discouraging. Did they release a taco? Did they release a taco? They didn't release the taco. It was... What was the taco? It was... Oh, it's going to be in the combo. It's not done. It's not there. How many slips would you use the same player? Depends on your bankroll. Long story short, like if you're overexposing yourself past the 1%, don't overexpose yourself to the same player prop. That makes sense. Parlay plays 6 man, not insured now. Yes. That's optimal. Three games. Gotcha. Free square. About to drop. All right, guys. Well, I'm going live literally right after this with Dustin. So let's just, if you guys are watching now, just show up to the next live stream. Literally, I just got to get Dustin involved. That's it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Go ahead and watch the live stream after this. That's it. Let's cash. Thanks for tuning in, guys.